Molesky with sports live from Beaver Stadium. Tomorrow, the Penn State football team will take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers in their final home game of the season. For 23 seniors, it will be Senior Day at Beaver Stadium. Alex Bobbin has our game preview.
On Saturday afternoon, the 8-2 Nittany Lions will play in Beaver Stadium just one last time for the 2017 season. The home finale against the Nebraska Cornhuskers will also act as Senior Day, honoring 23 of the Penn State players. Head coach James Franklin says the day is exciting, but also emotional.
These guys they're a part of our family. You know, obviously they're a part of the locker room, but it's more than that. You know, you get to know these guys on a very, very personal level.
Penn State hasn't played Nebraska since 2013, making this the first meeting between Coach Franklin and the Cornhuskers. Despite Nebraska losing 4 of their last 5 games, Penn State senior linebacker Brandon Smith says they're still preparing the same way.
They've been able to play better than their record might indicate, and so we're not going to take them lightly for sure. We're going to prepare the same way we always do.
Last week, the Penn State defense held Rutgers to just 200 yards of total offense. Quarterback Trace McSorley was responsible for 3 touchdowns, throwing 2 and rushing for 1, while running back Saquon Barkley added 2 more on the ground. It's no question that the offensive line has seen its struggles in the past few weeks. It's the last home game of the season and possibly the last game Saquon Barkley will play within Beaver Stadium, which begs the question, which Barkley will we see? The one hurdling over defenders, or the one getting tackled in the backfield? The Nittany Lions haven't lost in Beaver Stadium since 2015. Since then, they've won 13 straight home games. On Saturday, they look to extend that streak, sending off this senior class the right way. Reporting from University Park, I'm Alex Bobbin with the Center County Report.
And because of the rain in the forecast, a couple parking changes will be in effect tomorrow. Yellow Lot 12, the Brown Lot, and the family-friendly lots will all be closed. Kickoff is slated for 4 p.m., and you can catch all the action on Penn State's comm radio. Continuing with football, the high school playoffs roll on for a couple local teams this weekend. In the 6A bracket, State High travels to Danville to take on Delaware Valley tonight. The Warriors enter at 12-0, having rolled through the Lackawanna Conference. Delaware Valley relies on senior running back Ryan Abiso to carry the ball. He averages over 100 yards a game. Kickoff is tonight at 7 p.m. And the Bellefonte Red Raiders travel to Altoona to take on Selinsgrove. Like Bellefonte, the Seals sit at 10-2 on the year, featuring a pass-happy offense. They're led by senior quarterback Logan Levy, who's racked up just under 3,200 yards through the air this year. Selinsgrove and Bellefonte will kick off tomorrow at 1 p.m. Moving from the gridiron to the pitch, men's soccer head coach Bob Warming is stepping down after 40 years and over 400 wins. Warming has been the head coach of the Nittany Lions for 8 seasons, but his career spans decades. He's won 461 games, which is the 8th best mark in the history of Division I men's soccer. He also has 28 conference championships. He came to Penn State from Creighton University, and a national search for his replacement is underway. This afternoon, the 10th-ranked and 3rd-seeded women's soccer team will take on the 24th-ranked Wake Forest Demon Deacons in the second round of NCAA tournament action. The Penn State women are coming off a 7-0 victory over Stony Brook last week. Laura Freigang scored 3 goals in the first 38 minutes for the 21st hat-trick in program history. 3 other Lions joined in on the scoring. Tonight's match marks the 4th meeting between Penn State and Wake Forest. The Demon Deacons lead the series 3-0. Coach Erica Dombach of Penn State says the team is just starting to play its best soccer, but they have a tough test in Wake Forest.
With and against the best, they've beaten some big-name teams this year, and it's just a really good, solid, all-around team. They've got a lot of talent. They're good on both sides of the ball. We're going to have to be sharp.
The action will begin this afternoon at 4 p.m. in Morgantown, West Virginia. Now moving on to hoops, the Penn State men's basketball team continued their perfect season with a gritty win over the Montana Grizzlies on Wednesday night. The team faced adversity all throughout the contest, struggling from the field and even losing star point guard Tony Carr for most of the game after an ankle injury. But behind big efforts from Lamar Stevens and Shep Garner, who combined for 37 points, Penn State was able to hold on to a hard-fought 70-57 victory.
It's great. It's great to get a team win like that just early in the season, get tested on our home court. I'm glad that we stepped up. We were able to, step up as our brother went down. So next man up. Next man up.
The team will be back on the court tonight in University Park inside the Bryce Jordan Center as they take on Columbia. Tip is set for 7 p.m. We move from one court to another as the Penn State women's volleyball team continues to shine inside Rec Hall. Paul Toth has our game recap from Wednesday.
The number 1 ranked Penn State women's volleyball team defeated the Indiana Hoosiers 3-0 this past Wednesday in front of a packed Rec Hall. Redshirt sophomore Tori Gurrell led the team with 8 blocks overall and credited her success to her blocking partner, Heidi Thielen.
With Heidi, she's very consistent with her blocking, and I know where she's going. She talks to me a lot. She'll push me, and it's really good.
Despite shutting out the Hoosiers 3-0, head coach Russ Rose wasn't pleased with the overall effort of his team.
We're certainly in a good place today, but the effort tonight wasn't the type of effort that would have scored many victories on the road in the Big Ten.
With the end of the regular season rapidly approaching, the Nittany Lions are looking to lock down some home court advantage here at Rec Hall as they approach the national tournament. Penn State's number 1 ranking leaves a giant target on their back approaching postseason play, as they are the team to beat heading into December. Senior Haley Washington isn't taking the Lions' ranking for granted entering the tournament.
We have to be going 100% because there are going to be teams that we play first round of the tournament that are going to be serving us tough, that are going to be hitting really hard, that can take sets off of us because everybody competes and everybody goes hard.
Penn State has 3 games remaining on their regular season schedule, and all 3 are on the road. The Lions will have to travel out east to play Rutgers tomorrow night before going up north to take on Wisconsin and Minnesota next weekend. The National Tournament Selection Show will air next Sunday, and we'll see where the Nittany Lions will start their quest for an 8th national championship. Reporting in University Park, I'm Paul Toth for the Center County Report.
The NCAA Tournament Selection Show is scheduled for November 26th. Rec Hall is vying to host first and second round matches this year. Finally, after coming off another convincing dual meet victory on Sunday over Bucknell, Penn State Wrestling is on the road this weekend. The Nittany Lions will hit the road for the first time this season as they meet up against Binghamton. Penn State is ranked number 1 after a dominant win over Bucknell Sunday. Zane Rutherford and Jason Nolf pinned their respective opponents, while Vincenzo Joseph and Mark Hall secured technical falls. Bo Nickel notched a major victory as all individual title holders for the Nittany Lions remain undefeated. The meet will start tonight at 7 p.m. and can be caught live on ESPN3. That's all the time we have from sports. I'm Jack Molesky, live from Beaver Stadium. We'll send it back to you, Alex and Mandy, at the anchor desk.
Thanks, Jack. Coming up